Week 17, Monday Nighters sees the Atlanta Falcons hosting the LA Rams. We will break down everything you need to know for this football game, including what you should be betting. Of course, the holidays are busy. You can't do all the work to cap this game yourself, so let us do the homework for you. It is Ninja here with Nick. Welcome to the channel. Hit the thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Let us know what your favorite bet is from the entire Week 17 slate here in the holiday season. Drop that in the comments section below. But Nick, let's get into it here. The Rams could set an NFL record by recording their fourth straight game with over 500 yards in total offense. Do you think Sean McVay will gun for this actively? And do you think this could maybe be a spot to hammer yardage props across the board with this Rams team?
Well, I don't know if he cares about the record, but I'm sure he'd love to go down in the NFL's annals of NFL history yet again. I'm sure he'll have his guys ready and raring to go in a football game where the Rams have to win in this fight for the NFC West and the conference's top seed. The Falcons have actually been a middle-of-the-pack defense by EPA over the past 5 weeks, and they have shown some ability to generate pressure on the quarterback throughout the season. But whether they can replicate that against this great Rams offense remains to be seen. And of course, we saw LA put up 581 yards of offense on the Seahawks' top-ranked defense last week. So I wouldn't bet against McVay, Stafford, and the Rams offense in this one.
Raheem Morris and Sean McVay are very familiar with each other, of course, dating back to the Super Bowl days. But with that in mind, and, the Falcons having, nothing really to play for, but do you think there's maybe a little bit of extra motivation in Raheem Morris to maybe trip up the Rams here on the way to the playoffs and upset his old buddy Sean McVay?
Well, Raheem Morris is fighting for his job, so he better have his boys motivated to play some good football down the stretch, because he's been near the top of the NFL Next Head Coach Fired odds, which you can check out over on oddshark.com for the past 6 weeks. So he'll need to have his horses playing in this one. But I think the extra motivation on the Rams side is to ensure they receive a top 10 draft pick from the Falcons in 2026. Atlanta's draft night trade up for James Pierce last year gave LA the Falcons' first round pick next year in April, which right now sits at pick number 11. So the Rams will want to try to lower that draft pick on Monday night.
As a guy, Nick, that watches the NFL religiously, you're covering the NFL, you bet on the NFL every week. It's your job. You're a fan. But point blank, is Matthew Stafford the NFL's MVP? I mean, he's minus 215 for NFL MVP going into the week. It might be the final time that we could see something slightly dramatic happen in this betting market. Is he the guy in your opinion? And if not, is there really a world where Drake May gets it? Because right now, they're the two at the top of the odds board.
To me, yeah, Stafford deserves it. I mean, we've seen so many years of phenomenal play, but almost empty stats he put up in Detroit. So it's almost like a lifetime achievement award at this point. But he's had an unbelievable season this year in LA, balled out. And remember, this guy in the offseason had a hurt back, so we weren't even sure if he was going to play this season or how effective he was going to be. And instead, he's come out and whipped no-look passes to Puka Nacua over the middle, thrown the goal line fades to Devontae Adams, and he's up to 40 touchdowns and 5 interceptions this year. I mean, as you mentioned, Drake May and maybe Josh Allen, the only other guys in the conversation. But I think at this point, there's probably a little bit of a Patriots hangover there for voters, and Allen just won the award last year, so we have to give it to Stafford.
It really is insane what he's done this year. And progressively throughout his career, he's aging at the quarterback position like a very fine wine. It's unbelievable what he's doing statistically and carrying this Sean McVay offense. It's been a really special season. But something interesting that has developed in the last sort of month or so is Blake Corum as a very useful piece to this offense. He's been really, really good recently and a really good prop option for bettors out there. He's cashed the over on his rushing yards in 4 straight, and he's got TDs in each of his last 4 games as well. Do you think in this matchup against this, maybe less motivated Falcons team that we keep backing him in rushing yards and anytime touchdown markets?
Yeah, the Michigan boy played phenomenal football, and he looks real bouncy out there. He almost looks like pre-injury Corum in college. 82 yards per game over his past four. And Raheem Morris likes to play a lot of those lighter boxes up front. The Falcons have a lot of those pass rusher types, hybrid linebackers that are coverage players. So their front seven is particularly vulnerable to the run. And we've seen Sean McVay and the Rams line up in 13 personnel as much as anybody in the football this year. That's one wide receiver and three tight ends out there. So they're going big, and especially with the injury to Devontae Adams, they're going to do that more moving forward here. So I do really like Corum's overs in this one. Obviously, his line's not yet posted, but I think he has another big game as the Rams try to keep Kyren Williams fresh for the playoffs.
Get your prediction and best bet for this game in a second. But folks, celebrate the holiday season and get Prop Professor for 50% off for the first month right now. This app drops hundreds of plus EV bets every day, and it gives you a real shot at finding long-term profit. And you can sort through plays across the NFL, across college football, the NBA, NHL, and plenty more. There's a great arbitrage tool. It's got a great fantasy optimizer as well. Easily the best bang for buck on the market compared to its competition. And you can use the promo code SHARK50 at checkout and get 50% off the first month. Looking at the odds for this game, Falcons 7.5-point home dogs in this one. The total is 49.5. Either side of that right now, minus 110 over at DraftKings. The Rams, obviously, minus 440 for those of you that are looking for a parlay leg maybe. But the Falcons, plus 340 as home dogs. Plenty of options to bet here, Nick, but what are you picking?
I'm on the Rams minus 7.5 here. It's an easy pick when LA's won 8 of the last 10 with a 17-point margin of victory in that span. They're also 4-1 against the spread as away favorites this season. The Rams offense, as we've talked about, first in EPA per play over the last 5 weeks. The Falcons just 16th in that same span, and I just have no faith in Kirk Cousins. If you're betting money on this version of Kirk Cousins, you're going to have some real problems.